Marvel Studios' Thor: Love and Thunder introduced us to the long-awaited debut of Eternity, who played a pretty pivotal role in the final act of that film. But a lot of people questioned, wait a second, how come Morgan Freeman didn't voice Eternity? It just makes sense. And well, Marvel Studios has an answer. You all know who Morgan Freeman is, the voice of God, aka Lucius Fox. A lot of people were wondering, when they eventually get to Eternity, are they actually going to cast Morgan Freeman? Because again, the whole voice of God thing, just kind of it's become a running joke at this point, and a lot of people figured it would happen, especially since Marvel Studios literally went after fan castings to try to make it happen. We did recently find out that this was never really considered, especially because of the distraction it would cause. Essentially, they decided that if you get Morgan Freeman for this role, and you have this emotional scene playing out with Thor and Gore the God Butcher, Morgan Freeman's voice would be really distracting. And they don't want people to be freaking out, clapping, and excited to hear Morgan Freeman's voice during this emotional scene. So ultimately, that's why Freeman is not voicing Eternity. So, yeah, honestly, yeah, that makes sense. Because certainly, if it would have been Morgan Freeman, there would have been a lot of people clapping and going, yeah, all right, Morgan Freeman, he's God. Space God, Eternity, whatever Eternity is. I'm not really the cosmic guy of Marvel fandom. That's Mitch on the podcast, I don't know. Either way, though, they could still do something else with Morgan Freeman. What they should do is get him for Galactus and then modulate his voice to be a little bit more robotic. Sort of like how they did Spader with Ultron. Like, that was just frankly amazing. That's what they should do with Morgan Freeman. Could you imagine his voice modulated, threatening to eat an entire planet? Yeah, I think that's fitting. That's my theory. They didn't cast him as Eternity because he's gonna be Galactus. It's kind of like that time where people were like, hey, they just announced the Eternals movie. And I was like, oh, we already know who's gonna compose that theme. And then I said it, and then he ended up being a composer. Everybody's like, how'd you know? Because there's only one choice. There was only one choice. Literally, there's only one choice for Galactus now. If it doesn't happen, we're gonna be toxic. That's what we're gonna do. And I'm serious because I slapped my desk. It's a nice soft desk, though, because it's got one of those giant, mouse mats on the entire thing. Yeah, we're not going to be toxic. That's what I'm trying to say. We're not going to stoop that low. But we will make videos on it if he's not cast. That's for sure.